Okay, so we're boiling off the filtrate. I've got my salt and water combination in the evaporating dish. The hot plate is on. Yes, the video is running. And you can actually you're starting to see vapor coming up off of this. You should be able to see it pretty well in the video or on the image up there. We're going to do this all wrong because I want you to see what spatter looks like. So pretty soon, and it's boiling pretty vigorously. Now I'm sort of playing the part here of a lab student who isn't paying attention to my evaporating dish and cranked it up to high and then stopped paying attention. It's a terrible idea. It's boiling rapidly. This is the point at which, if you were doing this, I would come over and go, oh my gosh, turn that down. What are you doing? But, yes it is on this one. What's going to happen is you're going to start to see spatter in a second. The first thing you'll start to see is the formation of little salt crystals on the sides of the vessel. And I can probably move this one over. This is not recording video. This is just sort of acting as, oh, there we go. We've got some spatter. Are you able to see that spatter? No? Okay. Let's see. You'll start to see little white missiles flying out of there. And actually, from up here, what I can see, you can't see them flying so much, but you can see that the burner is starting to look like it just snowed. There are little flecks of white that are appearing on the burner. Those flecks of white are salt. That's your material, and you're losing it. So if you're charged with recovering all the material and not having error, you got a problem, because every single one of those little flying missiles of salt is a chunk of material that you're never going to recover. Okay, so with that, having demonstrated totally, oh, there's a big fat chunk. I'm going to turn that down a little bit because I'm getting lots and lots of spatter. You might actually even be able to see that on the video. Oh, there's a nice big fat chunk that just came popping out. Again, this is doing everything wrong. Once you've gotten it to a point where it is so overheated that you're seeing spatter, it's really hard to tame. So I turned this down to low. It's still spattering. So what I would have to do at that point, it's kind of like, correcting in a skid. Once you're in the skid, it's hard to correct. So at this point, I would actually have to remove this from the heat for a little while to allow the temperature of the whole mixture, the evaporating dish, the water, the salt, the filtrate, to come down to a point where then I could put it back on and it would stand a reasonable chance of not continuing to eject material. Nope, still doing it. Well, still boiling. Ideally, when you're boiling off a filtrate, you want to see small bubbles periodically. You don't want to see the kind of rolling boil that you would want in a pasta pot at home, okay? It should, and even this, even on low, it's taken the burner long enough to come down that it's going to continue to eject material for a while. Yeah, we're getting fat chunks of salt, so. Okay, I'll stop that video. That's what not to do when boiling off a filtrate.